Good morning. Today is day 2, and I don't have a ton of time today because I have a lot of homework I want to finish, but we'll see if we can squeeze some stuff in. So this morning, I have about an hour until someplace I need to go opens. So I'm going to try to go and clean up my code from yesterday, and then I'm going to go over to the library at the school and knock out all of that homework I have, and if I have time, I'll come back and do more work. Otherwise, we'll wait until after class. All right. Good morning. I just loaded up the game, if it ever wants to do stuff. Here's that battle system we made yesterday, but I think it needs a little bit of cleaning up from some of the things we did. At this point, I loaded up Visual Studio and I went and refactored a lot of my old code. Just make it more efficient, clean it up, get it to a point where I'm happy with it so I can work with it in the future. So I put a lot of things together and it kind of worked, but it threw a lot of errors. So I went in, fixed them, and got the game back to its state where it was yesterday and got it functioning. And that was the main thing I did in the morning. And then I ended up just going to class. I had a lot of homework to do, so it was early in the morning. I ended up leaving and just going to the library, knocking out my homework so I can have fun later in the afternoon. So at this point, I'm just heading over there and getting things done. Cool, so a lot of the stuff I was doing earlier is done, the cleanup's there. Now I gotta go get some schoolwork done, so I'm heading to school. All right, so I just got home, so it took a lot longer to get my homework done, unfortunately, so I didn't get to do any work, but I think I have enough time to get something done today. So let me open up my computer. Okay, it seems that we're in Unity now, which is good. So let's see what I can do. So looking at what we have from earlier, what I'd like to do is get something different. So if I go to scripts, battle system, instead of poacher attack, we'll call this enemy attack. We're going to work on this enemy attack system because I want the enemy to be able to do more than one attack. Okay, so this is now called enemy attack, which has an attack complete, which we'll have to change. If we look at attacks, I want to change this to a static string of attacks. And then I proceeded to just go and finish up this attack method, make it a little better, make it more reusable so we can have different attacks, which will make it better for us in the future. Here I go refactor how attacks are called, and of course, it all ends with this. In real time, just a bunch of errors. And then I refactored some and started to allow for different kinds of enemies, and as you see right here, it's done. And then more errors. And then I kept refactoring and cleaning up code, removing what's unnecessary, and getting it working up until the point that I go and add more buttons. Yep, that's what I did. I added buttons, and I renamed them. Yay! Pre-alpha 0.0.01. Okay, we're in the world. We can run over here. We get to fight the forest. Fight. So we do that, run in here. Take damage, and now they have multiple attacks. This one's useless. the game finally started to work. That was awesome. I then went and added a system to have like a rotating camera, wrote some code to make it animate, just little stuff like that that makes it a lot more fun to work with. And then I moved on to some other things. Yippee! Cool. Constants. Public static game object. Enemy prefab. And then I got all my tests working, and I decided to add a couple different players in the game so we can do that. I was starting the forest there, and then I decided to create a couple little snakes. Nothing good, it's just simple stuff. I'm not making any models at this point. It's just to get some stuff there to where I'm happy with it, and then I'll start making models after I'm ready to design the world. So I literally just took a bunch of whatever those are, papsels, and created like a weird shape with it, put a couple in the area, gave them some hitboxes, and when people walk up to them, they battle them. And they all have different names, they have different attacks they can do, and little things like that that just make it a little more unique. Every character has their own thing that they can do, which makes this a lot more fun. So, let's see a couple more tests. We're in the game. We walk over to like this guy. We get put into a battle with him. We can fight it. Get out. And say we walk over to this guy. We get put into a battle with him. That works. And say we go fight this guy. He's got a lot of health. And he could do a lot more damage than I'd like him to. Yeah, he's taking quite a bit. There we go. And defeated. And that loaded. So let's try playing just to see if this fails. That works. Go fight this guy. He's dead. Cool. No errors. Yep, I won. They got bite and punch. After those were successful, I quickly just created a new scene, called it setup, and just had it load up all the variables that needed to be loaded before people actually played the game. Not too difficult, just something quick to get it going, and then I created a developer preset to make this easier. Now if I go to setup, in the game, now I can get into a battle, I can attack and I win. So we got a ton done today. That's awesome. In regards to things that may happen, I'd like to do a little bit of game design in the evening, so we'll see what I share there. I'm thinking about just planning out what type of attacks people may have, what type of characters there will be, what type of world we want to build. After that, I'm going to start doing some basic art, see how I want the world to look. And from there, we can build out a storyline and a game. So I'm gonna go do that. All right, so I did a little bit of game design, planning out the world. I decided what some of the attacks may look like as the button. And then I decided what different enemies we may have will do, a little bit of their story, and a little bit of your character's attacks that you can earn. This, I think, will make it a lot more easy to work with, and I think I'm gonna try to do some art. Alright, now that I hand drew some concept art, I want to implement it into the game. So I will create a New image. I want this to be portrait. So here is our image. Let me try to. There. And then we will fill with this purple again. At this point, I went and just drew that image as best as I could, and just got it into the game. It's only art, nothing crazy, just put together in a way that'll work. I have it exported, it's in the game files so I can use it. Nothing crazy yet. I have an outputted image, which I'll show up on the screen in a little bit. And I actually am really happy with how this turned out. I don't typically do a lot of art. It's been years since I've done anything, and I used to do some 3D modeling, and that was about it. So I'm really proud in how this came out. It may not be the best thing in the world, but it's something that I'm happy that I made. And cheers to that. All right, I took some of the concept art I drew in colored pencil and made it in GIMP, which is just a image editing software I use. And I have that. It's going to be in the thumbnail of this video, and it won't be imported in the game till tomorrow, but I think that's what I need for today. I'm going to call it quits for tonight, go get some sleep. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.